What's up, guys? Stas here. So what a crazy day it's been so far in the stock market today. The S&P 500 with 40 minutes left in the session is up 80 points, up about 2.6%. The Dow Jones up over 800 points, up over 3%, with the Nasdaq up 190 points, 2% in the green, and the Russell 2000 having the best day of them all, up 4%, over 4%, up about 60 points. And in this video, we're going to talk more about the markets, breaking down some technicals, and I also want to go over a bunch of stocks that I'm looking to buy right now, that I'm looking to trade, and many of these stocks, guys, are breaking out. They're up 20%, 30%, 50% just over these past couple of days, and I also want to go over with you all what I've been doing in the market and just in general my mindset right now heading into these next couple of weeks. So if you guys enjoy the video, as always, hit that like button, consider subscribing, and check out all the free links down below in the description box if you want 2 free stocks from Webull, and if you want to be further connected with the Strive Smart community via the Discord chat and the Facebook group. So let's just hop right into today's video, guys. And to be honest, I was not expecting this massive of a green day, and I doubt anybody else out there was expecting it either. If you guys were watching my video yesterday, and quite honestly over the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about some major resistances and support levels on the S&P, right? One main one was 3020, 3070, 3120 was another major one that we were at. We were actually under it in yesterday's session, and I talked about in yesterday's video how if we break 3120, guys, I don't know how long it would take, but the next gap we're going to fill up to here is 3200. And again, I was caught by surprise at how quick we filled that gap up to 3,200, and you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about, right? And heading into the close here, again, with about 30 minutes left in the session, and you guys can see it from really over the past couple of hours, the S&P has seen a pretty strong resistance at 3,200. So arguably at this point, we're overbought. That's no question. That's not even an argument. That's actually a fact. We can see here the S&P, the RSI is at about 80, right? We haven't seen a significant pull down really in about 2-3 weeks at this point. So for me, am I thinking that the S&P is just going to burst out to 3,300 next week, no problem? I'm leaning more towards a pull down, quite honestly, guys. I think the S&P needs to see a healthy pull down, and quite honestly, many stocks out there, and the Dow, Nasdaq, and the Russell, they all need to see pull downs. So for next week, watch 3120, watch 3130. If we start to see some sort of pull down, that's where we could be headed, right? And why did the markets see a massive pop today? Well, we got some non-farm payroll numbers showing us that employment increased by 2.5 million people jobs in May, reflecting a limited resumption of economic activity. And really what this means, guys, and it's pretty obvious, right? The markets are opening, or the economy is opening. So more jobs, across the country, more jobs are coming back. So it makes sense that we're getting, these positive numbers here. And the unemployment is down to 13.3%. I'm sure many of you guys already saw this stuff, but for those of you guys that didn't, that's kind of what's moving the market up, right? More jobs and unemployment's going down. It was previously like 14.7% or something like that it was. So that's kind of what's pushing the markets up at this point. And when it comes down to the Dow, guys, again, we're up about 3.2% at this point. We filled the entire gap up to 27,000 like we talked about in yesterday's video. And honestly, we're breaking out of that resistance at this point. We're actually pulling down, and it seems like we're going to hold it as a support heading into the close. So out of the major markets, the Dow is looking like, actually, I'm not going to say the most bullish, but it's looking pretty bullish, right? This is a very bullish break, very bullish close. That's if it closes above 27K, which it seems like it will. So for next week, am I thinking Dow's going to run up 28,000? honestly, guys, that's a bit far-fetched, right? It's very overbought like the S&P. Dow's at about 81 RSI right now, so watch for the pull down, maybe to the mid 26,000 level. Maybe we just straight up consolidate at 27K for a couple of days. That could happen as well. But don't just get caught into FOMO here, guys. Fear of missing out just because the market keeps going up day after day after day. That's what a lot of people are getting caught into at this point. And quite honestly, I'm being patient with the market. I have cash set aside. I'm not being very aggressive with a lot of trading at this point because I am waiting for an overall pull down to build some swing positions at this point in time. And when it comes down to the Nasdaq, tech stocks are doing very well today, up 2.16% today. And we actually hit another all-time high. Yesterday we hit an all-time high. Today we hit one at 98.46, and we're completely out of the resistance from the previous all-time high. So that's a very good sign for the Nasdaq. Very bullish. And I've been on record saying 10,000 Nasdaq. It's going to happen, guys. It's going to happen next week, the week after, and with today's performance, I wouldn't be surprised if it does happen at some point next week, quite honestly, right? And if we do end up seeing a pull down, right, and we might not see 10K Nasdaq, we might see a pull down before we see 10K Nasdaq, we might end up going back to test 97.30, and a more healthier pull down, rather, is going to be at around 95.50. Are we going to get there, guys? Are we going to shed around 4% on the Nasdaq? We could. It's possible. It's healthy. So I'm watching it right around here as a support on the 50 SMA, guys. You can see on the 4-hour chart, that's where we've held over the past couple of weeks as we've pulled down in the past. So overall, guys, let me know down below in the comments, what are your thoughts on the market? That's kind of a quick breakdown when it comes to the Nasdaq, the S&P, and the Dow. And when it comes to the Russell, guys, I don't always cover it here on the channel, but it's doing very well because you have to realize a lot of the small mom and pop shops, they're opening back up, right? And not even those. A lot of the smaller businesses that aren't doing billions a year that are in the Russell 2000 are starting to get more traction, right? They're starting to reopen, and with all the small business loans, all the stimulus to help small businesses, it's kind of clear why this is doing better than the other markets today, or rather the other indexes. It makes sense because when the economy is slowly reopening, recovering, a lot of the time the battered down small businesses start to rally back up quicker than a lot of the big conglomerates that at the end of the day, they weren't hit that hard, right? When we're taking a look at, the Amazons, the tech stocks, the FANG stocks, Walmart, Target, Costco, Home Depot, Lowe's, the list goes on. So let me know again down below, guys, in the comments, what are your thoughts? And when it comes down to my trading, what did I do today, guys? Well, you know that I'm swing trading Virgin Galactic. I'm still down on that position, and we'll break that down here very quickly. Ultimately, I'm still bullish Virgin Galactic, and we still have not really picked a direction quite yet. We're still uptrending, and we're still downtrending, and we're still in this wedge, and it seems like that's the case heading into the the weekend here. So for next week, we're going to pick a direction. It's going to come to a point where we're going to break the top here as indicated by this arrow. That would be very bullish, right? If we start to kick in $16, $17, $18, or we're going to pick the bottom side, which obviously that would not be good for me since I'm swing trading it. I have call options that expire in a couple of months. But either way, I'm in high 17s right now, guys. I'm looking to potentially add more to this position, but I'm not forcing it at this point, right? I have about 10, 15, 20% of the position built out, and I'm just waiting, being patient, and just letting the trend play out. And I'm also in, or actually not anymore because I locked in profits. I locked in profits on Tesla here heading into the weekend just to play it safe, right? That's ticker symbol TSLA. This is one that I've been accumulating in the 880s, bought more yesterday in the 860s as we pulled down, and my average was right around like 8 871-ish, and I ended up selling out quite recently, honestly. Right before I started filming this video, I just locked in. Let's take a look at how much it is on a percentage basis. About a 1.5% profit here on Tesla. So overall, guys, I'm holding space, or SPCE, locked in some Tesla, and I also bought a bit of NEO here at about $5.77. That was like about an hour or two ago, and I'm actually just swing trading those shares over the weekend. This is kind of like my risky trade heading into the weekend, and quite honestly, guys, I only bought about a 5-10% gold position here because you guys can see it's pulling down from where I bought at 577. We're at 560 now, so next week I might be able to pick up some shares 550, maybe even lower than 550, but honestly, if it drops below 550, I'd probably cut losses. But overall, I'm looking to get in some more shares potentially next week. So that's kind of what I'm doing here, right? I'm bullish NEO, bullish Virgin, I'm bullish Tesla, although I did sell out, but I'll probably end up buying some more heading into next week. We'll see what ends up happening. So let me know what you guys did. As always, I would love to know. Now let's just talk about what are some of these stocks that are completely breaking out. And yesterday we got some great news from airlines, right? A lot of these airline stocks are not stocks. They're companies, guys. At the end of the day, they're companies, not stocks. These airline companies, they're adding a lot of flights back to their schedules for the summer months. I believe American Airlines, they're doing about 55% of their schedule. That's pretty good, right? They're ramping up flights. Same with Delta, Southwest, from my knowledge. And that's boosting up HTZ, Hertz, right? Hertz, this company actually filed for bankruptcy, I believe, 2-3 weeks ago, but as the, the economy is slowly reopening, we're starting to get signs that travel might be coming back here, over the summer. This is going back up. It's up 76% today. Yesterday, it was also up about 80%, which is unbelievable. So this stock's up 160% in the matter of 2 days. So for sure, I'm watching Hertz heading into this next week, guys. And quite honestly, it's obvious why this is going up, right? As more people are traveling, they're going to need rental cars. So that's kind of why this is pushing, because it's a rental car business, right? As less cars are on the lot, they're making more money. So that's kind of obviously why this is pushing up here. And am I itching to jump into this? Quite honestly, it's a bit risky, but with moves of 80% back-to-back days, there is potential there, which is why I'm putting it in this video as the top breakout stock that I'm watching. And overall, guys, on this 4-hour chart, watch the resistance that it's currently at. You guys can see over the past 3-4 months, we've been rejected under the 50 and the 180 SMA. So a good first sign here is we broke the 50 SMA, we filled the gap up to the 180 SMA, but are we going to fully break out of the 180 SMA? That's the question. That's the $1 million question heading into this week, guys. If it does, it kind of already did earlier today when it rallied up to about $4 per share, pre-market, but if it ends up showing some signs to break out of $3, break out of that moving average, there's going to be a lot of upside here. So watch HTZ, Hertz, heading into next week. No doubt about it. I'm watching it. Another one is Ford, guys. I've been on record a long time ago, probably when I had like 500 subscribers. You guys probably, half of you probably don't remember that. Most of you guys probably don't remember that. But I've been on record saying Ford as a long-term investment, I don't really like it. It could be a yield trap. Their dividend is they might have actually cut their dividend. But, this company, I don't like it long term, right? But as a swing trade here, a trade, it could offer a lot of potential. At this point, it's very overbought, no doubt about it. Today alone, it's up 11%, up 70 cents. And quite honestly, ever since the middle towards the end of May, this stock has been exploding from $5 up to $7.20. And I'm waiting for a pull down. Will we get that pull down? I think so. And where are we going to get that pull down to? Based on this chart, guys, a previous support is going to be around 670. That's kind of where I'd look to see Ford pull down to. And if we get a bigger pull down, maybe $6. You guys can see resistance on Ford from a couple days ago was around $6. That's also where the 50 SMA is here on the 4-hour chart. So watch for the pull down 660. If we break that, it could be going to $6. These could both be entries as swing trades. Quote, swing trade, guys. I'm not looking to buy this for the long term. I'd rather put my long-term money in a company like Tesla, which I think is way more innovative. They're collecting a lot of data with self-driving through all of the cars that they have out there. You guys have to realize Tesla, it's a tech company, right? Ford is not a tech company. By no means are they a tech company, but Tesla for sure could qualify as a tech company, right, guys? So another stock here, the third one, is MasterCard, ticker symbol MA. We got a lot of bullish action from this stock today, up $10 per share, up about 3.5%. And take a look at what I'm talking about here by bullish action. On this 20-day chart, you guys can see we clearly have been trading. We were trading between 300 and about 307. That's a horizontal channel that lasted from the end of May, the 26th to be exact, up until yesterday. Well, actually today, once we broke out of it, that completely changed. So now that we're breaking out of 307, that's a bullish move. We're no longer in the horizontal channel. And the next spot we could go to, my price target here, is around $317 to about $318 based on old supports, right? Back in the beginning of 2020, right? And we can see last time we broke 315, MasterCard ran up to the mid 300s. So a lot of these stocks, guys, out there, you notice many of them are at all-time highs already since the market has recovered a lot, but many of them have not fully recovered back to their all-time highs that they were before the big drop, right? And MasterCard's one of them. So I'm looking to see if it can go back to 350. Ultimately, guys, I'm bullish on MasterCard. I own this one in many long-term accounts, and I think it will get back to the mid-300s. But the thing is, when will that happen? Nobody knows, but we're going to follow the technicals. If we hold 310 next week, 312, we could end up rallying up to 316. That's the short-term move that I'm personally looking for here when it comes to MasterCard. So the next stock that I'm watching, the fourth stock, is going to be LK. We talked about this one yesterday. Coffee chain out there in China. Accounting fraud completely screwed this company. They botched the revenue numbers. The stock went from 50 down to $1. It got delisted from the Nasdaq. It was closed for trading for 3-4 weeks. But now that it's back, the stock's going bananas. Today it's up 40%, up $1.60. Yesterday it was up, I don't even know, but it was up a lot. The stock went from $2.60 to $5 just yesterday, so it doubled in yesterday's session. And today we actually rallied up to about $7. We're pulling down now. We held an old resistance from yesterday, $4.95 as a new support, as well as that 180 SMA as a support here on the 5-day 5-minute. So this is looking very good for LK heading into the weekend. Would I hold the stock like this heading into the weekend? There's no way. There's no way. I'm already holding NEO over the weekend, which is a bit risky, right? But am I looking to get into this on maybe Monday, Tuesday? Absolutely, right? From $6.80 down to $5, that opened up a massive margin of profit, 25%. Granted, we already ran up to about $5.75, which did close about 11% of that, but still 11% was made already. But from where we are now, 560 back up to 7, that's still about a 15% potential. So definitely watch LK next week, guys. It's one of the most actively traded stocks right now. If you take a look at volume here, it's absolutely incredible. It's at 220 million in volume. That's by far the largest traded stock on my watch list at this point. The next one we're going to talk about is CCL, which is also very active today. 100 million volume right now. That's a lot of shares are exchanging hands at this point, guys. CCL Carnival Cruise is up 15% today. Just when you thought this is going to stop. Just when you thought yesterday's gains were enough. No. This stock said, I'm going to 23 bucks. The stock closed at $18.50 yesterday, guys. This you can't make this up. And it went to $23 today, overnight. That is a move of 20% overnight. And now we're seeing a bit of a pull down here, which I'm looking at this as an opportunity to get in on the dip. We pulled down about 8% from 23 down to about 21 here. So heading into Monday's session, what are we going to do? Are we going to hold this uptrend here on the 5-day, 5-minute, this 180 SMA? If we do, that's the entry point that I'm looking at. I'm looking at probably a break into 21.50.75 before I end up buying into a potential trade here. But overall, guys, I'm watching CCL like a hawk. We filled the entire gap we talked about in yesterday's video, and it seems like we're going to hold the resistance, old resistance, as a new support. So those are the main stocks that I'm watching, guys. As of right now, heading into next week, we can talk all day about these stocks, but obviously the videos would be too long if we did that. And of course, I'm watching a lot of Chinese stocks, but the thing is, they're at risk of being delisted. So be careful, be mindful of that. But in my opinion, I don't think they're going to get delisted, guys, from the U.S. market, at least the main ones. The main ones like Alibaba, JD, Tencent, right? Baidu. I don't see them getting delisted. LK obviously got delisted. NIO, do I see NIO getting delisted? I doubt it, probably not, but it being a smaller company, I'd say it's more at risk than the Babas, the Baidus, the JDs. But overall, watch out for the Chinese stocks, because if we get legislation saying, okay, we're not delisting them, that's completely out of the equation, these stocks could fly up even higher, guys, because a lot of institutional money could get in, a lot of more buyers could be getting in on that news, because at this point, people are scared, a lot of people are scared that they are going to get delisted, so they're not putting their money into these Chinese stocks. So overall, guys, that is it for this video. And one more word to leave you guys with this weekend: don't FOMO into the market. I can't say this enough. Don't FOMO into the market just because we're up 3% today, 4% across the board. Don't FOMO into it. A lot of the time, people get the feeling that they're going to miss out on the gains, but the wisest thing to do here, in my opinion, is to pile up your cash. Of course, have money working for you in the market. I do. A lot of people always have money working in the market, but the idea is, as the markets get hotter and hotter, stack up more and more cash. Of course, as much as you can based on your circumstances, that's a given, but stack up this cash so when the markets do pull down, and mind you guys, they will pull down at some point, that is when you'll be able to buy more into swing positions, more long-term positions at better valuations. And the thing is, guys, a lot of people, they don't have the patience. Patience is so key when it comes to investing and trading. You need to be patient. So I'll leave you guys with that heading into the weekend. I hope you all enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, hit that like button. We almost hit 300 likes on yesterday's video, which has to be a record for the daily updates. So I really do appreciate you guys for all the support, and for all the new subscribers out there, welcome to the channel. I'm loving you guys, having you guys on board. And again, if you guys want 2 free stocks from Webull, feel free to take advantage of that. Link down below in the description. All you have to do is put in $100 into the account, fund the account, and you get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400. So that's linked down below. I'll catch you all in the next video. Have a great, safe weekend out there. As always, peace out, guys.